Hello everyone. So this is the ODC Portal, and today I'm gonna demo the overview of this portal. So first, this is the application tab. This is where all the application or the libraries are posted. Mm, so there's a filter. We can filter it in all applications or web app, mobile app, and libraries. Also, here in ODC Portal, this is where we can create an application, but we can also create an application inside the ODC Studio. For example, let's create an application. It will open of course, the ODC Studio. Also, this is where you can download the ODC Studio because ODC Studio is not available to anyone. Only who has the organization can download the ODC Studio, or only the who is organization member can download the ODC Studio. For the application, that's it. And if you want to deploy an application to next stage, you can deploy application here in deployment menu, and all the deployments will be displayed here. The status, if it's successful or not, the stages, and who deployed by. So we have a filter here. We can filter the deployment history of specific applications, and the status, if it's running or finished with errors, and the deploy on date. We can filter it out. And yeah, we can also filter it if it's the deployments in QA and or in productions. And for deploying an application, this is how you deploy an applications. So so in deployments, we only have QA stage and production stage, because we cannot deploy it if it's in development stage pa lang. So first, nandito na agad yung QA stage. But in deploying in production stage, you must have the another permission that given by the organization admin. And in my case, my account doesn't have the permission to deploy in production stage. So our example for now is we will deploy an application to QA stage. So when deploying an application to the QA stage, you will select an application, and after you select that application, you will going to select what revision you want to deploy. This revision happens when you publish. For example, we have revision 11, and we do changes in the R directory application, we change something and we deploy it, and that will be called as revision 12. In OS 11, we call it as mm, I forget about it, but because basta ayun. So we will select which version. We select which version we want to deploy, but in this ODC portal, we select revision. So for example, there's an error in 11, so I'm going to deploy in revision 10. So when you deploy, it will automatically analyze the impact, and if the status is successful and ready to deploy, there's no issue found during the impact analysis, you can finally deploy your application to QA stage. And if this directory application using a library, uh, the library in the library package and the directory application will be put in one container that will go to the next stage, which is the QA stage. So that's how you deploy in ODC. And next we have the logs. In logs naman, you can just see the error logs, information logs. It is useful when checking an email. In my recent project, we go to logs if we have an error that we don't understand, or in email if it's sent or not. So yeah, we have we have filter here. We can filter it out in what stages, user by user, severity of the logs, if it's error warning or information, and then the specific application mismo. For the traces naman, this is used when you want to trace if there's an running server action in your action, like server aggregate action. Yeah, you can trace what's happening on your application here when you're using your applications. And for the user menu, this is used to give permissions or rule to the user in that specific application. So for example, let's see my account. So I have member access ODC course. My status is active. I can change the user. So in user, you can manually change the end user access. And for example, in vacation application in development, let's filter it out in for development para hindi magulo. And for example, we have in development stage, this user has the permission in vacation application, in vacation direct and directory application. And in vacation, this user has the rule of HR manager and vacation rule. So if you want to revoke this rule to the user or add a new rule to the user, we can easily manage this rule to the user and then select the assign apps. And in the deployment, if we want to remove this vacation access rule to this user in vacation application, if you want to remove this rule, we can simply uncheck this one, and also this one, HR manager. So we remove the role of this user in the vacation application. And if we want to add it back, we simply search the application and check the two rules that we revoke from this user. So and then save. So that's how you add rules to the user. For example, in different application, in directory application of the another user Nadras, his application directory has directory rule, and we want it to have this account You can simply check that and save button, so you can now access the another application. And then organizational rules, this is set by the admin. So ODC course, I have this ODC course rule. So this all the uh, permission that I have. I can view the staging, but I can delete an application in application management. So that's it. And for the configuration, you have email, domain, and secure gateway, and Forge. If you want to add Forge in your organization, you can simply install it. And for additional information, under the app management, if you want to change the settings, or you want to change the configuration of your website, the local variable, you can simply change it in configurations. For example, vacation days, you can edit this one and make it custom. Diba ginagawa dito sa OS 11, you put in each default value of your application if there's site properties. That's it.